The button is pushed.
That button. We've got the notes. The button's pushed.
We've got the notes. We're all sorted. We've done our notes. Yeah, we're all good.
All good to go on episode 37, series 2, Ladies Wot Pod. Welcome. It's Monday afternoon. It's been a bit... ladies, gents, it's been full on today. You'd not know the hoops we have had to jump through to get this pod to you is amazing. I've had the electrician here, so we had to do our pre-pod meeting this morning. Then there was another meeting I had, and now we're here. And it's got to finish because Mrs. J has got an important meeting with somebody from America who's a very busy person. So it's all go. Yes. It's all go. Anyway, so quick introduction for those of you who don't know us. Where have you been? But welcome anyway. I am Liz Saunders. I am chairman of the Saints Supporters Club, chief Halo and general rugby Norse, and I live in South Northants where it's been sunny today. And crikey, it's all right because we've had the electrician here. My computer was turned off, and it's just I've just turned it back on again. And you suddenly get all those rogue things that pop up and then disappear. I've just done that.
You've got about 15 updates you've got to do.
Yeah. If I suddenly disappear, it's all gone horribly wrong. But anyway, so that's who I am.
She's all of a dither, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm all of a fizz today. So, and you are.
Thank you, Mrs. Saunders. I am Claire Jones, and I'm on the edge of the fence, and I've got no idea what the weather is because I've got the blinds down for the recording. But it's been quite sunny today on the edge of the fence. It is definitely spring, ladies and gentlemen. It's definitely spring. And last week, Kev was concerned about the lack of water for his sheep.
Well, yes. I can understand that because, it's very dry underfoot. We've had a dog stopping with us.
Mm.
We're a dog's holiday home, so there's a particular one. We used to have a couple of dogs come and stay when their people went on holiday, and now we just have one. And walking him over the fields, and you're thinking, it's April, it should not be bone dry like this. So
yeah. And to finish my introduction, I wear a red hat, and I've been taking a lot of photographs. Recently.
Yeah, you've had a busy weekend. Busy weekend.
Yes.
So, shall we start with news that broke last week that we were expecting? We were kind of hoping that it might not happen, that things might have changed, and there were rumours that things had changed, but not changed enough because finally announced that Gorgeous George Furbank, our very own Sgt Wilson, who was bogging off to Quins, basically. Bogging off to Quins. And Quins have taken they've been that fast with getting him to do a video. He didn't look comfortable in that video, I have to say. Getting to do a video, and they're auctioning off a signed shirt. I mean, rapid. He's not even a Quin yet.
So I was thinking, because in the world, some sports they do different sorts of merch. So if we can give Quinn some ideas, you could have a George Furbank bobblehead. Make Friday nights bobblehead night for George. He's still ours, by the way. George Furbank underpants. You could do the sort of strange cartoon George. You can have. You go for it, guys. But he's still ours. So
I think they will. They will. But yes, he's still ours until where is it? When is the change? July the 1st is when he becomes yours.
Yes.
At the moment, he is still ours. He's still a saint.
He's still a saint, and we love him. We love him dearly.
We love him dearly, and he's still our Sgt Wilson. Although I have to point out, Sgt Wilson will not be leaving the Saints. The Sgt Wilson mantle. The Sgt Wilson Sergeant stripes will be passing on to somebody else.
Has been no transfer for Sgt Wilson.
No money has changed hands. Unfortunately,
Archie, dear heart, don't even think it.
Archie, Sgt Wilson. No,
You just kick
no,
the ball. Listen to the referee. Just kick the ball, Archie. It was the look he gave Andrew Brace. Like, steady, Archie.
to be fair, Andrew Brace deserved any sort of look that he got. But so
Yes.
we will discuss that at length later, and Archie's part in it all. Training. You went to training last week. I didn't. I was in York. I was doing every museum in York.
Yeah, you were doing the grand tour. I was at training, and as were a lot of other people. Richard Wigglesworth, one of the England coaches, was there. Andy Good was there. Lots of Premier Sports recording. And of course, later we found out that Dingers was being interviewed by Mr. Good and apologised for training. I don't think I got in the way that much. I don't think in my,
Yeah, it's good job I wasn't there.
Yes.
I apologise for the two old ducks that just turn up and hang around.
I look strange. So training. What the weird thing about training was it wasn't a wind tunnel again, but it was neither warm nor cold. It was one of those sort of. It was the weather was okay. I was working. Oh, the Premier Sports TV cameraman. It gave me a tip. Always follow the club photographer. Yeah, I am the club photographer.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Yep. Sometimes I am beside myself, but
okay, fair enough. So it was a training session. It was busy. It was what you'd expect. There was nothing,
nothing. And I wasn't there to hoover up on the gossip, so
no. My fishing stool was well used. It was clearly popular again, so that was good. It was all right. It was all right.
Good.
So
And then we made, well, we didn't, I didn't, because I don't just come back from York is my excuse, and I don't want to line anybody's pockets down there. The trek to Bath.
Oh God, it took forever to get there.
Friday.
It's like, please.
Friday school holidays. Yeah.
Oh, it was awful. Absolutely awful. Yes, obviously we were coming from Cambridge, which didn't help. But anyway, rubbish journey. And the players, of course, would have gone down the previous day on the Thursday. But anyway, we battled our way down there. We were staying down there, and I trundled over to the ground 2 hours before kickoff, as the instructions from EPCR and Bath said I could. So I appeared in the ticket office. A fleecing hello to Lenny, who was holding court on a park bench. It was a bit weird, but there you go.
Oh, well, it's Lenny.
Gaggle of Saints supporters all very excitedly talking to him. Very sweet.
Lenny doing Lenny things, basically.
Lenny doing Lenny things. More of that shortly. I witnessed what I imagine happens in every club ticket office, as I said to you this morning.
I love this story.
There were three gentlemen in front of me, but two of them needed help with their tickets, and it was the same script. It was almost like it was in stereo, even though they didn't know each other. I can't make my phone work, said one. Oh, said the lady. Okay. Could you give me a reference number or something? Oh, is that important? So you suggested that the lady in the ticket office should have given him a random ticket.
There you go, have a random ticket. See, if nobody's sitting there, you'll be fine. If they are, just fight it to the death.
Literally seconds later, on the other side of the counter, the same script. This gentleman decided to wave his stick as well as his phone, so that got quite animated. So she said, well, let's see if we can help you, said the lady. And it was like, so then we went through the routine of saying, no, we don't take cash. We haven't for the last 3 seasons. So, yeah, it was quite, and all of that, and I'm stood there, and it's like, I just want my media pass. Anyway, eventually, then I caused a bit of a stir because the gentleman with the stick noticed that I got let in the side entrance, and he was made to go to the supporters gate. I like to cause trouble.
You were trade, you see.
I was trade, yes. The excuse was, well, she's media. Right, anyway.
Very similar. Very similar.
I have no idea what the merch was in the press room because I didn't bother going there. Because they make you walk miles to get to it, and there's really no point because it's just an office. So I've got no idea what the stash was. I just sat pitchside watching the scene. Beautiful sunset. Lovely. Much running around, as you would hope, warming up. I was really pleased, as I was at training, to see the Ginger Ninja in full flight.
Yeah.
He's definitely back, which is perfect timing, given James Ram suffered an injury in the Castor game. So it's like a revolving door. One goes out, the other one comes in. There you go.
They're like those weather people that you used to get.
Yes, that's right. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Anyway, so the Ginger Ninja was definitely back, which was good to see. And as was Ollie Slightholme. So we haven't seen much of Ollie so far, but he was there. Had a massive bandage on one of his legs. Massive bandage. Anyway, it was his 100th cap, so he was excited.
And he's just hit so many milestones in the past week, hasn't he, Ollie?
100th cap, got
married, birthday, second child on the way. So congratulations. One big congratulations to cover all of those, Ollie.
Yeah,
well
absolutely,
done.
Ollie. Well done. Yes, well done. And more of his performance shortly.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Good. Mr. Angry, we want you back.
Oh, yes, Ollie. We've got Mr. Angry back, yes. And then perfect timing for, if he plays this weekend, for his angriest moment, if you remember. Yes. So DR was there, Dave Rogers, and several other photographers who I know, but DR came over for a chat. He didn't do the Red Roses game on Saturday. He elected to go to Glasgow. So he was in Bath on Friday night and Glasgow on Saturday. So
that's quite a jaunt.
Well, he flew. He basically stayed in Heathrow, flew up to Glasgow, and then probably would have flown back. Or maybe went to. Well, where would he? I can't imagine they sent him to France. They can't have sent him to Bordeaux. Surely not. That would be too cruel.
Who knows?
That would be too cruel. Anyway, who knows with Dave? We could have gone to Treviso, couldn't we? Could have sat by the hedge. And I did point out to you, I divert for a moment, but I noticed that Benetton are now sponsored by a company that sells Prosecco. And all it says on the player's chest is Prosecco, which of course is everybody who's a Saints supporter's memory of that marvellous ground.
Yeah, drinking, demanding more Prosecco because we've still got tokens. And the poor young men having to go, well, we haven't got any. We have tokens for Prosecco, whereas all these women the age of their nonnas have to go and find Prosecco from hospitality, which was the better stuff. They gave us that, and then we'd run out of tokens, but they'd still got Prosecco, so they gave it to us. And then there was no Prosecco left in the whole ground. You just
basically drank the whole place dry. Yes.
Yep.
And then had to get on a bus and be in somebody's armpit from Huntingdon Stags.
I think that was the set. Yeah. It's probably a good job I'd had that much Prosecco, really.
Anyway.
Back to Bath.
Bath. There was no wind to speak of until the second half, weirdly, because normally it's a howling gale there. It was well done to Bath, the commercial team there, because they'd sold a lot of tickets, partly because they hadn't priced them so ridiculously as they priced the Christmas ones. So there was a good crowd there, very adult crowd, and I'll explain why I mentioned that. There weren't many kids there compared to the Castor game the previous week, which was also 8 o'clock on a Friday night. It was quite noticeable that there weren't many families there. Anyway, so we played the other way around from how we played at Christmas. So we played towards the clubhouse at Christmas.
Oh, well, that would explain it, really.
Yes, that's the first thing that I noticed. The second thing I noticed was Ben
Yeah. Yeah.
Ben Rhodes, what have you been up to? There was no pyramid of balls.
Those of you who are new to this, Ben Rhodes is a particular pet of ours. So I think that's the right description. Mr. Media Tart, he sneaks into all sorts of photographs. Oh, I see what you mean about that. And he's part of the S&C. Bless him. He has a thankless task. He has to help the backs get back to full fitness. And every so often we come across him trying to persuade one of the backs to do something they don't want to do. And he will have a meltdown to us and go, it's like working with toddlers. They don't listen. And it's hysterically funny. We just laugh at everybody involved. But he does this building a tower of balls usually before the game.
Yes, it's part of the ritual of the game. I mean, even if the players all rush on the pitch after their huddle and start throwing the balls around, he goes and collects them all up and places them in the pile. But he didn't. He was more interested in trying to prove to Radders that he could hit the bar, as you can notice in the top row of photos, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the bar. Yes, those of you on Spotify, including you, Richard Lindsay. He could kick a ball without looking at it and hit the bar. God, I mean, the excitement was mounting at the Rec, I tell you. Yes.
Well, yes. I'm not sure who was more bored that they were getting him to do that, Radders or Ben Rhodes, really.
Well, Radders was trying. Oh, and then, yes, and JJ had decided that he was going to teach himself how to throw shotgun passes like they do in American football. So that was a bit weird. So I don't know. Yes, it was all. So yes, it was all a bit interesting. But it was a magnificent sunset. I have to say that the weather was absolutely glorious. I don't think we could complain about the weather at all. It was simply, it was just a lovely spring evening.
Yes.
So, and perfect for running rugby, which we later discovered was, just what we needed. Actually, here you go, Liz. Here is our large South African gentleman trying to prove that he can throw a ball. I don't know which poor soul got it in the neck, but anyway, he was throwing it at hospitality.
Bless him. Bless him.
Anyway, so... but it was a very clement evening. Look. Daz was wandering on the pitch whistling. But
lost his dog.
As you do. And also here he is talking to his opposite number, Van Graam.
Very, very bright red, that, isn't it?
It is very bright red.
That's a statement, coach, isn't it? Coat on a coach.
It is a statement.
So
it's all right. I think it's all right having that on a red. Oh, here you go. Look at this. Here is a photo, and you can see the sunset when it eventually loads. There you go.
Oh yes, there we go.
It's very nice, isn't it? That
compliments our away kit quite nicely, does that?
It was very nice. Yeah, it was very nice. But yeah, it was. And then the other reason I'm on the photos is here he is, Mr. Ollie Slightholme and Lyra. Is it Lyra?
Lyra, yeah, I think so.
His daughter running out for his 100th cap. Bless. And then the match began. So
yes, and began at a hell of a pace for us. It was. I was hiding in here, obviously, because it's like too much. So I was hiding in here. What was I doing? Finding something useful to do, but I can't remember what it was. And my IT department suddenly burst through the door and said, "Who scored? Henry scored!" So I had to come out and watch that. Came back in here.
No, he'd already missed the first incident because Miles Reed, and this is significant given what happened later. The referee was straight out with the yellow card, and Miles Reed went for a sit down.
I think you told me that.
I think from the side, killing the ball off your feet. He was going for a full house, and Mr. Brace was having none of it. So off he trotted.
Which, from what I gather, he then proceeded to ignore all those offences for the rest of the evening.
Oh, it was the Wild West. It was the thing that we've been moaning about for weeks. Yes, everybody, every which way. Yes. Yes. And could I just say to Craig Maxwell Keys, congratulations. Now, Craig Maxwell Keys was the referee at the Worcester game on Saturday. We'll talk about more about him. But wait for it, Liz. He penalised somebody for playing the 9.
Oh.
Where? Yes, we didn't. We were only saying the other week that seemed to have got, and that actually again played a significant part on Friday in the rec.
Yeah.
But well done, Craig, because you remember that law exists, unlike Mr. Andrew Brace.
Well, there's a law about that. Yes. that poor chap's just been. Oh, there's a law about that.
Yes, I'll just sort that one out. Anyway, so we got off to an absolute flyer. Henry went in for the score. Of course, it was Henry. And it was a beautiful score. Brilliant play. And then the next try. Oh my God! Oh my God!
There were so many pieces of skill leading up to that try. You could take a sort of bites of it, and just one of them would have led to an amazing try. And putting them all together is just immaculate. We decided this morning it's rugby porn. It's pure filth.
It was utter filth. And I was quite pleased because the camera was working quite well. There you go. Straight through midfield. And look, what is Archie doing? What is Archie doing with his one-handed pass? What is this thing? Yeah, just magnificent rugby. And just so much fun to watch. So, and so on we go, and away goes Dingers to score. And it was a thing of beauty. It was
absolutely beautiful. Yeah.
So we were feeling a bit chipper at that point, but of course Bath, as they did in December, came flying back at us and scored through the man known as the Mayor of Bath, I believe, Mr. Tom Dunn. And it was all through the forwards.
Apparently so.
Yes, it was all through the forwards. And we're not going to go blow by blow because that will just cause us to weep uncontrollably. We are going to talk about our highlights before anyone or lowlights, depending on your point of view. The next one is not something I would have expected to happen in front of me. No, Mr. Tom Lockett, beautiful
on the wing.
On the wing, beautifully put away, beautifully scored. Thank you. I have to say, I was very pleased with Mr. Finsmith looking gun barrel down my lens. That was good.
Oh, that's a lovely one, isn't it?
Yeah, I was very pleased at that one. And put Tom away to score. So well done to Tom for getting a meat pie. But we weren't finished, were we?
No, not at that point. No.
Let's go. Let's play ricochet tennis. Only Hutch realised he was onside, and off he trundled. And well done. I have to say, well done to what's his face, bat rower. Oh God, I have my handy team sheet here. My brain has got Guy Pepper. How can you forget Guy Pepper's name?
Oh, yes.
Almost got scragged Archie, but Archie put the most delicious pass away to put Josh Kemeny in for the score. So, we're all, by this time, we're now thinking,
hello.
Hey up, what's occurring? But again, Bath came back. And the most unfortunate of ways, because Tom Lockett managed to steal the line out and Herbert.
Oh, yeah.
Russell. Anyway, we won't move on about that. Moving on. And then I have to say, Mr. Angry.
Angried his way through. Nobody was stopping him. How many did we decide he went through?
Right. So, so it's Miles, Reed, Sam Underhill, Cam Redpath, and Quinn Rue.
Yeah.
Stand by your beds, because Mr. Angry, you ain't stopping him. And it was the look of surprise. He's like, oh. And then he scored. Yeah. But again,
That's
back
good
came
to see.
Bath. And back came Bath. And it was at this point things started to change, I would suggest, in the stadium. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have to talk about something very serious, and it's something that's was really concerning to see on Friday. I haven't listened back to Graham and Lenny's broadcast, but apparently it happened to Graham and Lenny. It happened to Dr. T. It happened to me. And rugby needs to look at itself in the mirror and decide, is this where it wants to go? The abuse of, and it wasn't just one player, Stephen Jones. Why are the Times associated with him? Anyway, it was several players on the Saints side were abused by Bath supporters. Henry obviously took the brunt of it, and one woman who sat behind me should really hang her head in shame, celebrating when Henry went down, having been, we can only describe as dumped on the ground by Alfie Barbary, and we'll come on to what we think should have happened there. But it was the reaction of the crowd that was just
unsavoury,
unpleasant, unsavoury. There's I've sat in front of the shed. I've sat all the way everywhere, and there's always a bit of banter, and some of it, oversteps the mark. But Friday actually felt unsafe and unpleasant.
Yeah.
And I don't want to feel that way in a rugby ground. I was quite grateful that I was sat 6 foot below the crowd, because the stand is raised where I was sat. I was quite grateful I was away from it all, because some of the comments were really distasteful. And I think as a community, we need to decide what we want from these big games. Yeah, there's enough. It's organised violence on the pitch, played to a set of code. We do not need. There was much wailing that we do not want segregation. We do not want this. Well, if we don't want it, we've got to learn to behave, and we've got to learn to respect each other and respect the referee. I know that's difficult sometimes, And we've got to respect the players who put their bodies on the line to provide the entertainment for us. And what we were hearing on Friday was just wrong on so many levels. Yeah. It was really sad, because the game in front of us was utterly brilliant. Bath were brilliant to come back the way they did. Yeah. Absolutely. They didn't panic. They played some excellent, dull rugby at times, but excellent rugby to come back. And an occasion like that did not need the behaviour that we sadly heard and witnessed on Friday. So I was very sad, Mrs. Saunders. I was very sad and very upset about it, because we don't need it.
No, and you'd like to think that we know that there are some Egypts who come down the gardens, but we have seen Mr. Chris Knowles take the stewards doing what stewards should do and eject Egypts. And I would just encourage people, if you are sitting somewhere or standing somewhere and somebody around you is making you feel unsafe or has crossed the line with their banter that isn't banter, tell a steward.
Yeah.
Tell a steward.
Yeah.
Because it makes it safer for everyone then.
Yeah, it was. Tell a steward, and sadly, it continued on Saturday. because I unfortunately in the second half at Worcester sat in front of 4 gentlemen who decided to abuse Craig Maxwell Keys constantly. Now, before anyone worries, there was nothing homophobic, but there was nothing humorous either. It was just non-stop, and it wasn't. The amusing bants with the referee. It can be really funny, and referees will react, and it's all in good humour. Well, unfortunately, what I had to sit and listen to for 40 minutes was not on, and it wasn't really it wasn't one of those games where you think, well, it's all kicking up here. It was a bit weird.
This Bedford versus Worcester, yeah. How strange.
It was all a bit weird. Yeah. Anyway, but Friday, unfortunately, and particularly when Henry got his yellow card, more of that shortly. Particularly when Henry got his yellow card, the reaction of the crowd. No.
Because there were reports that when Henry had been dropped on his head, which wasn't on his head, but on his shoulder, that they were accusing him of feigning injury.
Well, there was some behind me that were accusing him of feigning injury. Well, it was a mixture of either accusing him for making it up or celebrating that he'd been hurt. So you can't have it both ways. In fact, you can't have it either way, because neither way is appropriate.
No, it's not nice. And if they're accusing him of feigning injury, is that because they used to see players feigning injury at Bath? Because we're used to seeing Bath players feigning injury, aren't we, Mr. Lawrence? Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
Moving on.
Yes, and like Alfie Barbary, Alex Mitchell saw a yellow card.
Yeah. For far less.
Yes. Yeah. So, anyway, fortunately, Henry, Nathan and Izzy Bauer did their magic, and Henry was allowed to return to the field of play. Unfortunately, by then, we'd lost Curtis with a thumb injury.
Oh, Kurt, get well soon.
Bless him. And we'd lost Tom Pearson with a broken bone in his hand. So, But by then, so I think we went in. I don't know what the score. I can't remember what the score was. 35.
Was it 20?
35, 21, 28, whatever. But anyway, so it was a fine old game of rugby in the first half. It really, really was. Now, shall we talk about Mr. Andrew Brace and his insistence?
Well, let's talk about his mate, his TMO, which I have come to the conclusion must have been playing pinball. Any Who fans out there? Any people of a certain age?
I've got that earworm now. That's now. You said it this morning and I managed to get rid of it.
I was going to say, not just playing pinball, but playing a mean pinball, because he appeared
I bet his score was good.
Yeah. He appeared to have no voice, no eyes, no ears. So very mysterious what he was doing.
It was all very, very strange.
All very strange. And as for Mr. Andrew Brace, well, when he was appointed, there was a lot of, from neutral people going, oh, well, that's killed that game then. And he shouldn't be, because we don't have much to do with him, do we? People going, why is he reffing at this level? And we pretty soon found out what they meant. I mean, inconsistency doesn't even start. So Alfie Barbary and
Ollie Lawrence,
whoever
it's Ollie Lawrence, I think, Lawrence, the other partner in crime. Yes,
tackled Henry above the horizontal and dropped him,
and then dumped him on the ground. And to be fair, he managed to hurt himself, as in his elbow went into his elbow. That would have been his shoulder went into his face, which is why he fell the way he did, because he bounced on the hard ground. No. We will talk about another referee who did the right thing and almost showed a sense of humour once, which for him is remarkable.
Well, it's very strange. But to discuss, so Henry and that incident, I cannot see how it wasn't a yellow card. It wasn't a red. I get it
absolutely
wasn't
no.
a red.
It was definitely not a red. No, it was definitely not a
But
red, but it
in
was a
these
yellow.
days of player welfare, that should have been a yellow.
Yeah,
Absolutely
absolutely.
out and out yellow.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. So, okay, we sucked up. These things happen. But for Alfie Barbary to go on and get blimmin' player of the match is rubbing
It
salt
did
into
rather
the
rub
wound,
salt
isn't
in
it,
the
really?
wound, didn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then on to so that was a yellow card that should have been, that wasn't. Tale of
Yep.
2 yellow cards this game. Then in the dying minutes, there was 8 minutes to go, I think.
It was less
like
than 10, certainly. Yeah.
Yeah. There is a pile up, and Henry goes into Jackal. Santi Carreras, meanwhile, has slid over and sealed off. And Andrew Burrows completely ignores that, tells Henry to let go. There was no ball to do anything with, and Henry got penalised and yellow carded. And that then was that, really. They then got a penalty from that and subsequently a try. Whereas actually, I think, obviously I would, but I'm not the only one. I am not. And it's not just green, black and gold people saying this. I've seen it from people who get started. There's a Saracens supporter on Twitter who says, they could have both lost and I'd have been happy. However, that was not a yellow card. That was unfair. That gave it to Bath. And, it's sort of, that was a game-changing decision. It should have been a penalty to Saints, which would have changed the whole complexion of the last 8 minutes. But it is what it is. So they did to us what we've done to Sarries a couple of times this season, and so they nicked it at the death, and fair play. Bath kept in the game. They didn't panic. They carried on playing, and they now have to go. They now have to go to Bordeaux. So enjoy that one, chaps.
Well, we should talk about the rest, some of the other fixtures in a moment.
We will do later, but yeah,
I have to say that I want to say congratulations to the front row, all 6 of them.
Yeah,
because the much vaunted scrum from Bath was neutralised. It was not. We held our own and some. I think their line out. It still annoys me that Mr. Lockett managed to nick the ball. And anyway,
bounce wrongly. Yeah.
But I think our set piece went really, really well on Friday, and so the forwards who've clearly done their homework and followed their flow charts. We've done a cracking job. So well done, guys. And we've always said it. Home advantage is exactly that. It is home advantage.
It is.
It is home advantage. And what did for us was actually our 8th place last season, which gave us the draw that we ended up with this season, which meant a lovely and interesting trip to Bordeaux, but we could have done with a better seeding and not have to face the champions, straight back. But yeah, talking of the champions, should we talk about them? Next? Or we've got to choose the Ladies Wot Pod Player of the match, haven't we? And Sgt Wilson.
We have, yes. And just on the scrum, I did see an entertaining tweet from somebody. Manny, have you let the toy out of your pocket yet? Which just made me laugh. So,
well, I noticed said Detoy was talking to Yakko, and I don't know whether he was saying, "How'd you do it? I couldn't win." Anyway,
can I come and join you?
Thank you. Yes.
Yes. So Ladies Wot Pod Player of the match then. Again, it's one of those that there's so many contributions.
I'm going to suggest Archie, and anybody that says he cost us the game for that quick tap needs their heads boiling.
Actually, anybody who's would you like to come and see us with that suggestion, and we will explain to you why you are wrong, and watch watch the lead up to Dinger's try.
I watched loads of stuff. He was just everywhere.
Loads of
He
stuff.
was just an
He is.
outstanding performance. It really was. I mean, no wonder Stuart Barnes is beginning to panic because his love child, Ben Spencer, is now like 15th in the pecking order behind Mitch and, he said himself, Archie, who's playing some of the best rugby of his life. So
and he's only 21.
I would go with Archie because
you think what's...
he was just in everything. He was brilliant.
He was fizzing, wasn't he? Absolutely fizzing. And you think the excitement there... So he's 21, Finn's 23, 24, is he in a few months?
How long? Our Finn, not their Finn. Yeah, our Finn's 23, 4. Yes. Mm.
So, you know, that partnership for Saints and England, oh, wow. It's just... and
there's a certain Mr. Wyman who's going to have a few things to say about that as well.
Well, there is, and yes, and Mitch, we haven't forgotten you. We still love you.
No, it was great to see Mitch come on. It was great to see Mitch come on, and I'm sure we'll see more of it. Ironically, I think the coaches probably are thinking of resting Archie because he's played a lot.
He's played a lot of quality rugby.
So bringing Mitch back to rest Archie is not was not on our bingo card for 2026.
And you just think then of the riches we've got of we can actually do like for like rotation in key areas. So scrum half and Anthony for Finn as well. You've got that. It's and as you say, Mr. Wyman and Aidan.
Aidan Pugh, yeah. The player that nobody wants to tackle. So
apparently. I think it's because he's so small, to be honest.
Well, that's going to end
up going high. Yeah.
He'll just duck.
Just through the knees.
Yes. So congratulations to Bath who won and enjoy your trip to the football stadium at Bordeaux. And if you get past the very impressive, and we'll talk about them in a minute, the very impressive UBB, Bordeaux Begler, please do enjoy your trip to Bilbao.
Yeah, well, to be honest, on the plus side, we at Ladies Wot Pod are very pleased we have not got to work out how to get to Bilbao. The logistics of getting yes, more importantly, how to get back without the whole trip lasting a week.
Yes. We're looking very much forward to going back to Leon, Douse. So if you could organise it next season.
Yeah.
Because Leon is right up our street, and Liz knows where that restaurant is that we had a lovely meal. She can remember where it is.
It's a lovely meal.
So if we could get that organised, that'd be lovely.
As well in Leon. Yeah. So Leon would be good. So boys, if you could all focus on that, we'd be chuffed to little meatballs. Right. So that's so we've got
Sgt Wilson. Sgt Wilson.
Wilson.
There is only one man, and it is not Mr. Fairbank.
No.
It is Mr. Dingwall.
Who has Sgt Wilson so very, very well
in
Ferbs' absence. I mean, it just, the mantle passes to him seamlessly, I feel.
Yeah, and Callum Chick as backer. Actually, there's a very nice photo, one of my photos, which Mr. Brace will hopefully get hold of, because a certain referee that I know is going to be sending it to, where Callum is very kindly, just helping him by standing next to him in that sort of, can I help you, sir?
Nice.
It was lovely.
That sort of caring.
It was really
caring sort of a...
So, I think we have two Sgt Wilsons ready-made. They're, they're good to go.
Well, they've both won the award several times. So, and there's others. I mean, there are other, but well done, Dingers, Sgt Wilson. So, semi-finals.
Can we talk a bit about what happened in France? Oh, go on, let me.
Yeah. Go on. I was leading, but go on. Because I didn't watch it because I was doing folky stuff in a pub.
So I want shout out to Matthew Carley, who did not stray away from making the contentious decisions. Now, that's true to form with Matthew. He does not, if it needs sorting, it needs sorting. So he had no problem I think the only thing that I was a bit concerned about was he let play continue whilst Damien Penaud was lying flat on the ground, clearly hurt. And he waited until the thing that they wait
Stopped.
for is when the play goes near them. I don't, if it's a head injury, which this
I don't
was,
like that.
I don't like it.
I don't like that.
The play should have instantly stopped and we should have been dealing with the players. What the Toulouse tight head, whose name I couldn't possibly pronounce, was doing, wiping out. I know he's annoying, but seriously, that was that was yeah. Anyway, it was a 20-minute red. I mean, it was out and out thuggery. So I don't know what you have to do. Do you have to kill somebody to get a straight red?
Yeah,
now?
I think you do.
Oh,
I
right.
think you do
okay.
now. Yeah.
Anyway, so and Toulouse had basically been trying to hammer the door down and getting nowhere. And UBB just sucked up the pressure and kept scoring. It was an exercise in watching them at their imperious best. And then Matthew Carley again didn't shy away of sending on the almighty Dupont for tripping.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I have to say, UBB did look irresistible yesterday.
Well, that was a hell of a score in a semi-final.
Yeah. So I think Bath have got their work cut out. They'll be at the football stadium rather than the stadium that we were at. And Leinster, who ultimately demolished Sale, who've come in for a lot of stick for their kick the ball in the air tactic. George Ford kicking the ball. Who would have thought? I am so surprised.
Well, was he not playing his normal game then? Oh no, he was. Let's see now. Yeah.
Yes. And the Walford dullest rugby, and well done to Toulon, who went to Glasgow and surprised the host team with a very good win. And we'll be going to the Aviva because, of course, that is a neutral country stadium. Yes. Can we stop this shenanigans? Can we stop this nonsense? This sort of, you and I were saying that one thing we have missed out, ladies and gentlemen, is the Bath supporters complaining about going to Milton Keynes. So
yeah, that would have been funny. That would
have been really funny to sit back and listen to the whinge. Anyway, and the other result we want to take notice of is our team, the team that we're playing this weekend, our hosts this weekend.
Indeed.
Exeter played yesterday. That's Sunday, for those of you who might be listening later in the week.
Yeah.
And so I don't know when they got back to Exeter, but that's one hell of a journey, playing on a Sunday. So effectively, we've got 48 hours rest.
More than
them, and not such a difficult journey to get down to Sandy Park. So,
I mean, even if they chartered a plane and flew back last night, it still will have been, they will have got in late last night. Yeah. So today needs to be a rest day, and let's hope it makes a difference.
Yes. Yes. Anyway, so and yesterday's game, Benetton will be kicking themselves. But anyway, but well played, Exeter.
Yes.
Well played, Exeter.
Yes.
It literally was the last kick of the game.
On that other cup, who's in that? So it's Exeter and is it Dragons?
So so Dragons got through, and Ulster. So Exeter have got to go to Ulster. And I can't remember who are Dragons playing.
French team? I don't know.
Montpellier? Oh, was it Montpellier? Might be Montpellier.
Oh,
it might be a trip to France.
Yeah.
Could be wrong. If we are, do tell us in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe. Yes, YouTube.
Please subscribe.
Subscribe. Like us. And we're loving the fact that we're well into 3 figures on the old subscribers, but keep spreading the word. And then yesterday, I was at...
Oh, yeah.
Yesterday? No, the day before Saturday. I was at Sixways.
On the way home from
Bath. Done, Mrs. Saunders, for suggesting that, because that was perfect. Sherpa 2 was very happy. And it's some time since I've been to Sixways, unsurprisingly. I think the last time I was there was an under-18s final that Henry played in.
Wow.
Yeah. So Blues were playing Worcester, and it was a big game, and it turned out to be an even bigger game than I realised. So Worcester versus Bedford Blues, and it was second plays third, and the race for the playoffs is well and truly on. Sixways has changed. Massive changes at Sixways. They've got two fan villages. I thought there was one, but there's two fan villages. There's like a fair at one end of the ground, and then like a food area and picnic area at the other end of the ground. One of the stands has been removed. The temporary stand that used to be near the entrance has been removed, and they now have this lovely picnic area in the hail. That must have been amazing. But yeah, so it was lovely, and ice cream and hot dogs and all the works. Or you could sit at the picnic tables and bring your own picnic. It was lovely. Really, really lovely.
Nice. Do they still have the what they sold faggots? Because they're in the West Midlands. So faggots.
Oh, I didn't really take much mind of the food, I'm afraid.
The food was always really good at Worcester. The food outlets were really good.
And the reports I was getting is that people were enjoying the trip again. So I imagine, yes, it was. The one thing that has changed and used to be a sponsor of Worcester, the Three Pairs pub, which was literally just around the corner of the stadium, has gone. Yeah.
But what anyway, I say with the club, their income must have been, how many times a year drawn from that. So that income stream being cut off and everything else being as it is.
Yeah,
that's a shame.
Yeah.
Anyway,
at Sixways, everybody wears a bib. So even Brian Robinson, Sherpa 2, had to wear a bib. None of the just photographers malarkey. So yeah, it was bibs all round for the media team. And so I ended up talking to the Bedford Blues supporters, who, for those of you who are keen to sit together at games, they're very organised. They got themselves sat together at the far end of the ground, and so it resulted in me being able to take a big group photo of them just before half time. But they were very keen to talk to me about many things, but one of which was the relationship with Saints.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
And given that Robbie Smith, because of Curtis's injury, Robbie Smith, who'd been due to start, was pulled Saturday morning. They were effusive with their praise of the relationship with Northampton Saints. You couldn't say nicer things if they tried. They were just delightful. They're really pleased at how the players try and integrate. They're really pleased at the brand of rugby that we're playing and the fact that two clubs have a very similar style. They all get stuck in. They don't, they're no prima donnas. And the example that they gave as a contrast was talking to their friends at Ampthill, who are not happy with how Saracens are treating Ampthill. Now, Ampthill were having a bit of a rough season, so in one sense, it has meant they've won a few games. But the players turn up late in the week. They're basically dumped on what we can. The way this is a Bedford Blues supporter. Explaining it, but the relationship is just not there. It's a case of you will play our players. Now there is a maximum of 6 players in the champ because several of the directors of rugby got very cross that particularly Ampthill were basically playing the Wanderers equivalent and then it was just not on. So now I think that's great. So who did we have on there on Saturday? Finn Brown. He very kindly.
Amena.
Finn gave a pitch report before the game.
Oh, he did. Yes, he did.
Yeah, concrete player. Yeah. I didn't like my knees anyway, was his comment. So there you go.
Yeah.
Amena was there, being very smiley. So he was playing on the, as you would hope, the right wing. And Toby Tame was on the bench. I don't think Toby came on. I think he's an emergency backup. If Bedford needed him. And Aidan Ainsworth came, and his lovely mum Alison was there, came over to say hello. Aidan was one of the replacements and came on for Alan Evans, who unfortunately was injured in the first half. So Aidan came on and had a really cracking game. So, yeah, it was a smattering of Saints. It would have been 5, but it was 4. with Robbie being pulled in the warm-up. But yeah, but as I say, the Bedford supporters are very happy with the relationship and how it's working. So
Good.
it's good news.
Good. And they were very happy because they came away with the full 5 points, didn't they?
The full 5 points. Yeah, the full 5 points. We had all the weather. We had hail, rain, sun, and wind. So we managed a full set. And the hail hurt. Anyone interested? The hail hurt, and I know it hurt me. Goodness knows what it did to Amena because he had to run into it to score his try.
Oh, perhaps that
He did have a
made
funny
him
expression
run
on his
faster.
face.
I bet he did. Bless him.
The refereeing team we've mentioned earlier: Craig Maxwell Keys, James Clark, and I can't remember the other guy's name, but we've seen him at the Gardens. Did really, really well. In trying weather. Actually, they had to switch the floodlights on because, of course, it was on the TV. And if it had been a champ game normally, we'd have just played in the dark. But because it was on TV, suddenly they had to put the floodlights on because it's like, I can't really see the game. Is it out there? And then suddenly it sort of appeared because the floodlights at Warriors are a bit weird. Anyway, so Amena scored the first try. Alex Day scored the second try. And Dino Adamson scored 2 tries in the second half. And I can only say that Fraser Balmain... Do you remember we were saying about Alfie enjoying the cider and pasties? Fraser Balmain had a similar spelt figure a la Alfie Petch.
Crikey.
Yes, he's been enjoying himself in the West since he left his Tigers. He's been on a bit of a grand tour as Fraser, hasn't he? Anyway,
he was a Tiger, and then he went to Gloucester, I think. Then did he go back to Tigers?
Well, yes, he's been on a bit of a. Did he go up to Newcastle?
Nice.
I think he's been on a bit of a world tour.
I think he has.
A bit of a world tour.
Very nice lad.
Chap, but yes.
So we discovered him in the car park at the Gardens. What are you doing? Have they not let you go on the bus? And that must be when he was playing for Gloucester. He said, "No, I'm waiting for my dad to come and pick me up because they only live in Leicester, so I'm going to see him." So
he probably still lives in Leicester now. So that win means that, and I got some very nice try celebration. Actually, I got some very nice celebration anyway. When Finn Brown goes for it, blooming heck. Oh, he gives it full Monty, as did Fred Tuilangi, as did Dean Adamson. They were all having a jolly time. Yeah. It was, and it was completely unexpected. Well, I say completely.
Yeah.
They did go 28-0 up at the home game, and there was a few comments from the Bedford supporters before the game. Oh, they said, imagine if we do it again and go 28-0 up. Well, it ended up 28-14, so they nearly got their win.
Yes.
Or 14-28. 5-point win means that they've qualified in the playoffs. Yep, let's go for it. In the top 4, which means at least one of their games is at home. And they've gone for a top 14 style end to the season with their playoffs. So, it's all very exciting. Very exciting. So,
that's good. That's really good.
I'm really, really chuffed because they played some absolutely fabulous rugby, and I was in the right place at the right time. Weirdly, as a result of that game, I had a photograph in the rugby paper that wasn't mine. But there you go.
It wasn't yours. I love that. So, Bedford's next home game, mysteriously, is on May the 2nd, when we now don't have a game.
Yes,
so if you're at a loose end, get yourself to Bedford, get yourself to Taylor's Kitchen for the chili and chips. I can't recommend it highly enough. And go and watch Bedford. Great fun. I'm not sure that I will be there because I am on granny duty to 18-month-old Ada, and the responsibility is beginning to wear me down already, let alone on the day. I'm terrified. Absolutely terrified.
No, it's a 3:00 kickoff, traditional kickoff time, and
it's like a proper rugby club, isn't it?
It's a proper rugby club, and I think we're going to see some absolute cracking rugby. So I'm really, really excited. They're off to Richmond this week, and then it's How exciting is that? Then I think they've got a bye week, and then they play Chinner.
Chinner. Yeah. So, but that whilst we're on Bedford, they were recipients of some exciting news in the week about the former England uncapped players who are now being latterly awarded their caps. For some of them, it'll mean nothing because they've long since shuffled off, long since heard the final whistle. But for others, it will mean something. So Bedford had three previously
players,
uncapped
but
players.
Before anyone asks, none of the players played for Saints, or that we know of.
Yeah.
Graham might correct me on that one, but I don't believe any of them play for the Saints.
I don't think so.
The three. There's one cracking name in amongst this lot. The three that did play for Bedford are H.R. Peel, who comes actually from Yorkshire, comes from Headingley in Leeds, and he played post Second World War. Clarence Gilthorpe, who also played in those Victory. What a name! What a cracking name! Victory matches against the likes of the New Zealand Army 15. And weirdly, Chef 2 tells me that Clarence's grandson knows the third one, Ian Peck, who played in the 1970s. I think Fiji and Japan. He went on tour to Fiji and Japan, and I read the article in the Times. There's a lovely article in the Times today, and one of his sons was very cruel because he claimed that the only interesting thing about his father was his no cap story.
Because back in the day, I mean, these days, the minute you look at an England jersey, it appears you've got a cap. But back in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and even through to the 80s, there were all sorts of games where you were playing for England or an England 15, but no caps were awarded. So touring sides like Fiji and tours to other places and exhibition games and all sorts. It was an uncapped game, which they're now putting right. Well, rightly so. I mean, it's
absolutely rightly so. Yeah. So well done to all concerned, and well done to Bedford Blues, whose count of internationals goes up to 45, which is excellent.
Well done, Bedford.
Excellent news. Meanwhile, in Toaster,
we're not in Toaster, actually. So Toaster under 8s went on tour to Bournemouth. Alfie didn't go because Alfie and Harry and I and Mum had been in York for the week, so it would have been logistics would be difficult. So under 8s went to Bournemouth for a festival down in Bournemouth, and they won the Spirit of Rugby trophy. So well done, Toaster 8s, under 8s. And Toaster under 11s were at Bugbrook for a festival, and but we don't know what happened because Harry got a knee injury, so didn't go.
Happens to the best of them.
There we are. And walking rugby, we have walking rugby news, do we not?
We do. So my IT department, Dr. T, scored a hat trick. I would say, actually, I failed to mention earlier, and we will celebrate Dr. T's hat trick in a minute. I failed to mention earlier that Dr. Jones did the right thing post my little rant about what happened at the wreck.
Yes.
Saints do exactly the same thing. He got a survey on the Saturday morning saying, how did your trip to the wreck go? So he explained to them. We were sat in the pub with him furiously typing on his iPhone.
Well done. And anybody else who's received that, who feels that they're... Well, if you'd had a good experience, let them know. But if you had a bad experience, let them know. Because it can't be put right if they don't know. It's pointless just grumbling to your family and friends. You have to tell the people what went wrong. So,
but well done, Dr. T. He scored a hat-trick and he didn't do it backwards.
That's very good.
Yeah,
I think that's
great work.
Good. Saints walking rugby, small but beautifully formed, I think. We weren't there because we were coming back from York.
Well, it is the Easter holidays, isn't it? Yeah. And the Supporters Club, we're probably going to have more big news next week, aren't we? Because you've got
the week after next, because we've got our committee meeting is next Monday. So, and then we'll be announcing things like the Player of the Season vote and membership for next year when that will start and the prices for that. But one thing you can do, people at coaches for Tiggers and Quins are up there to be signed up for. And Richard Lindsley, he of the baked goods, has signed up to go to the Tigers on the coach.
Excellent.
So
Excellent.
follow that good man and sign up to go.
Yes. Well done, Mr. Lindsley. Well done, Mr. Lindsley. Yes, Dr. T will be on the terrace.
We haven't decided yet. I don't know. Don't know.
So we're up. You have decided this one though, because we're both of us
Yeah, we have.
off to Exeter, and we're having a little
Off to Exeter. Exeter.
that blooming awesome. Gives me the heebie-jeebies. Anyway, from the Otter Brewery. Oh, there's something about that otter suit that just
It's just utterly ridiculous. That's the thing.
it just creeps me out. It's horrible. Ugh. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Anyway, so we're off to Exeter.
It's a big game because, of course,
It's a big game.
The race for the top four.
Yeah.
News. And it'll be interesting to see because we're going to have to do a bit of rest and rotation. We can't keep playing.
Yeah.
Playing the same players over and over. So it'll be interesting to see how we mix and match because I'm sure we're going to do something. Well, we've got to do something because we broke a few folks. And get well soon, everybody.
Yeah.
We need you. Welcome back, the Ginger Ninja. I am,
That's nice. That's a plus.
That's good to see.
Yeah.
And so Sandy Park, we're making. So you're going down on the Friday. So we're staying on site at the Marriott. Didn't have to make it easy.
Centre.
Didn't have to make it easy getting your bag in the ground. Really looking forward to it. I mean, it will be very interesting to see how we play it.
Yeah. It's not been a happy
I'll just make a little suggestion. Can we not go 26-0 down?
It'd be helpful. It would be helpful.
Yeah. Bedford Blues, as I mentioned earlier, are off to Richmond at the Richmond Athletic Ground.
Oh, bless. That brings back memories.
Yes, yeah. Well, there's loads of clubs down there, isn't there? Rosslyn Park. Yeah. London Welsh, Richmond.
London Scottish.
London Scottish. And they're not that far away, Queens. And I like work. I did enjoy working at Richmond. Very friendly club. Very friendly club. I think they look like they're going down.
Oh,
again. Yes. We also mentioned briefly the Women's Six Nations.
Women's Six Nations. I was just about to say Women's Six Nations to finish off. Loughborough Lightning well represented in the Women's Six Nations. And a special mention to somebody who's not in the Women's Six Nations, but seemed to be taking on the Black Ferns single-handedly.
Well, should we start with that? Well done, Olive.
Let's start with Olive.
Atrocious conditions. Tell me about it. Olive decided to take on all the Black Ferns at once. Well done. Top work.
Yeah. Yeah, she makes Mr. Angry look Mr. Quite Peaceful sometimes.
Yes, absolutely.
She's a joy to watch.
Well done to Hainelia Latui, who came on for the Red Roses game, made her debut. Former Worcester Warriors player. Went through their academy before she came across to Lightning when Worcester folded. And well done to her. It's been a meteoric rise, very, very rapid rise, but well done. Yeah. It looks like she's going to have to play all the lock positions at once, including those on the bench.
At once. Yeah. Absolutely delightful young lady as well. She's smashing.
With our Lily.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So good luck to them.
Who's imperious on Saturday. And then two players who we are very fond of and our friends of the pod.
Yes.
Yes, they are. Congratulations to Helen Nelson, for being player of the match. Scotland are getting used to beating Wales.
Well, they've done it quite a lot, haven't they? Yeah.
Yes, that will have not gone down well in the Principality. And well done to Lucia Scott for scoring a wonder try. That she being the woman who doesn't like getting mud on her hands.
don't like getting
I
mashed
really
potatoes.
think she's picked the wrong sport.
Yeah.
I mean, I do feel. I mean, she's probably got a thing about her hands, given she broke both of them just before the World Cup.
She did, didn't she? Did she ever describe to us how she managed to break both of them? I can't.
She dived in to score the try, and I think it was a plastic pitch, and basically her hand shattered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I think we asked her, and I think I was so traumatised I wiped it out of my head.
So yes, so well done to all. So France are top because of points difference, and England second, and the rest. But,
Yeah.
But well done to Scotland
crack on
for a cracking win at 10,000 they had in the Principalities of April. So well done to Wales for selling that many tickets.
Good. So moving forward, Exeter next week for us, to Richmond for Bedford. Training.
We are going to nip into training, aren't we?
We are going to nip into training tomorrow, which is Tuesday, so I can catch up on 2 weeks worth of gossip, and you can take photos and be important. And I'll just hoof. Well, I've sheep news. You never know. Who knows?
Oh, we do there is some sheep news. I'll let him tell you it. It's about next year's lambs, but I'll let him. Yeah, he's got.
Yeah. So we never know what conversations we're going to have. Some of them are really off the wall with certain members of the team. Chunya, Elliot, amongst two bizarre conversations that I've had recently. I think that's just about it, really, for this week's.
Yeah, I think that's episode.
Therapy pod, but not therapy, because we couldn't be prouder of the boys, and it was some weird refereeing decisions made it for a weird game, but we nearly did it, and at least we don't have to go to Bordeaux again. So thank you.
Well done, and we're also very proud of the Bedford Blues lads, who
absolutely,
have put in. They are punching so far above their weight, and they.
Oh my God! When you just to remind you, ladies and gents, they go out to work. It's not their work.
Our lads don't. Our lads,
yes,
they're full-time
but the Bedford team,
the rest of them, they all have day jobs. They all have day jobs,
proper jobs as well.
Yeah, so. And they play some absolutely cracking rugby on Saturday, and we're so proud of them. And it's a brilliant association, and it's lovely to be part of.
Long may it last.
And long may it last.
I think that rounds it up, Mr. J, in time for you to get a quick brew before your
my next exciting Zoom call. Yes.
Yeah. I am done now for the day. And I've been so busy you wouldn't even believe it. I've been busy for a non-retired person. For a retired person, I've been like something zipping around like nothing. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will see some of you down in Exeter. Come and say hello to us. If you see us around and about the place, we'd love to see you. Don't forget to subscribe and like and do everything you can to follow us. Tell your friends, and we'd love that. And good luck to everybody going wherever you are at the weekend.
Episode 37, Series 2. I'm hunting for the button. There we go. I found it.
Just looking for the button. You'd think she'd know where it was, but there we go.
I do now. Bye.
Bye.